Hello Star Citizens, this is Unmatched and welcome to my third ever Star Citizen video. Today we'll be talking on the topic of why do I think the Hercules is not only an overpriced ship but also an overhyped ship. Also, I want to talk about why I believe that the Banu merchantman is a way better decision to make over the Hercules. Before I start, I would like to say that I won't be getting into the LTI debacle surrounding the Hercules today, personally because I believe that there are both good points on both sides of the fence when it comes to whether or not someone should get an LTI while pledging for a ship originally. So the question is, why do I think the Hercules is overpriced and overhyped? Or how do I even know it's overhyped in the first place? I know it's overhyped because the current controversy surrounding the ship wouldn't be a big controversy if the ship wasn't largely desired. It's not like the 100i caused an uproar even though the LTI was sold in the same way as it was with the Hercules. It's simply because not as many people desired the 100i as there is desiring the Hercules. If the community would just take a breather for a second and just calm down and clear their mind for a bit, I'm sure they would realize that there's better ships already out there at a cheaper price and offer more features than the Hercules. When I was all hyped up about this ship, when I first heard about it on Around the Verse, I started to fantasize about melting my Freelancer, which is currently my mission running ship, and then upgrading to the Hercules A2, which is the military version with half the cargo as the standard but with a bomb bay and more armor and weapons. I kept fantasizing until I heard the price they were asking for it, that is. I realized I literally had a WTF moment when I heard the price gap difference between the base and the military variants. I too was angry and was about to grab my torch and pitchfork and head over to the forums to voice my opinion. Luckily, I had no access to a computer at that moment and was able to cool down for a few hours before I got home. It's only then that I realized that this ship is not as good as I originally thought though. Just like your ex, there's always actually something better out there. The first ship that came to mind was the Banu merchantman. I believe that the merchantman is the ship that has the highest chance of blowing the Hercules out of the water when it comes to price and features. Let me give you a quick rundown of the Hercules variants before talking about the merchantman. There are three variants of the Hercules. The civilian variant, called the C2, has 624 SCU of cargo space, 2 size 4 nose-mounted weapons, and 2 size 3 turrets. The military version, which is called the M2, comes with 468 SCU of space, more armor, and has one more nose-mounted weapon. The A2, which is the military version, has way more offensive capabilities than the other two variants. The A2 has 2 size 4 weapons for the pilot and a total of 7 turrets, 3 size 3, 2 size 4, and 2 size 5. But you will sacrifice cargo space with only 324 SCU available, which allows it to carry only 1 tank rather than having 2 like the C2 and M2, because it sacrifices the space for a bomb bay with capabilities of using MOABs and carpet bombing. The war bond price of the C2 is 300, 400 for the M2, and 600 for the A2. Now it's time to showcase the Banu Merchantman. Coming in at only $350 or $300 war bond, the Banu Merchantman has 3,584 SCU of cargo. That is 5.7 times the capability of the C2, 7.6 times of the M2, and 11 times more than the A2. As for general cargo transport, the Hercules has already lost. When it comes to military transport, I believe the Hercules still loses, because why wouldn't anyone just cram as many tanks into the merchantman as possible and have a more efficient run to the battlefield? I wouldn't downplay the armor capabilities of the merchantman either. It is said to be a blockade runner too. I'm sure CIG wouldn't have added that into the lore of the merchantman if they didn't have good armor and shield. As for weapons, the merchantman has 4 size 6 weapons and 2 size 5 turrets, meaning it can easily rip apart a C2 and M2 Hercules and give a hell of a fight to an A2 if needed. A little side note that I want to add that goes for and against both of these ships is that the Hercules A2 will take a larger crew to operate with all those turrets. However, the merchantman does not have VTOL thrusters, so you will wear down the lower thrusters of your merchantman a lot faster than in a Hercules if you idle in atmosphere above planets. In closing, I believe that if you are currently looking at a Hercules, you should do a 180 from that overpriced ship and walk yourself over to a merchantman. You will get more cargo, good offense and defense coming in at a better price. I would like to personally thank all you guys for tuning into my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more videos.